All right. So I'm just going to do a quick introduction of myself. My name is Manoj Patil. Call me Manoj, okay? President at New Horizon. I'm also president at, there's a college in Winnebago, Nebraska. I don't know if you've heard. It's called Little Priest Tribal College. So I've been a president there for now 6 years there. So, and I started New Horizon in 2008. So it's been 16 years. What else? So you'll have most likely 3 total instructors for this program, maybe 4. We are deciding on the reading and English. I'll be teaching science and math. Next week will be Aubrey. She'll be doing only math. Then we have Elaine maybe doing English and reading. So we'll figure that out, okay? So don't worry about that one. What are my expectations and the expectations of other instructors is be on time, okay? It is very important to be here, and we are not going to record any more classes. So, and just ask questions, just informal lectures basically, but you're going to learn a lot. I'm okay if you guys make mistakes, okay? It's going to happen, but make sure to ask questions and make it fun for us as well. Okay, ask a lot of questions. That's where I think last few years has been fun here. People have been asking a lot more questions. Okay. So you need to sign up for the October and the December ACT. Okay. So you want to talk to your counselors. So one more thing I want to talk to you guys, which is very important, and this is where you need to talk to your parents. So December, I believe 7th, if you want to write down this. You should also have a notebook. Did they give a notebook?
We have our own.
Huh?
We have our own.
Oh. So December 14th is a December ACT, but December 7th, we are doing an ACT review at New Horizon, okay? You want to sign up for the program, okay? Doesn't matter what happens in October, okay? I still want to take the December, and I'll explain to you why it is. So what happens in ACT is sometimes, and when I say sometimes, it's almost every time it has happened lately. So you take the October test, and let's say it turns out to be really difficult. I've seen the very following test, like December, will be much, much easier. And other way around as well. So October is easy, and December turns out to be difficult. So if you take the October and it turns out difficult, and you don't take the December test, then you go back to the next one to Feb, you might have missed the easy one. And that's exactly happened last year. One of my students had a 26 in October test, got a 34 in December test. 8 composite points. So you can imagine that. So on December 7th, the ACT review, they can just text me, okay? It's 12:30 to 4 p.m. It's a Saturday at our center, okay? And Dakota Dunes. We had a lot of your EPG students have done that. Even students who have not signed up for this program have actually came and took the practice test with us, okay? There's a fees of $80 for that one, if you want to write it down. So, but it has to come from your parents, a text message, and I'll give my cell phone number. Okay, 712-204-6876. So make sure, because the reason I'm giving you this information right now, and people who, if you're listening to this video as well, we have only limited spots, and we already have 12 signed up in just last 1 week. So, and that's one program I wouldn't miss. All right, okay, good. Tell me what math classes you guys have taken in high school.
Algebra 1.
9th grade or 8th grade?
8th grade.
Good.
And then
Accelerated Algebra 2 freshman year, accelerated geometry, sophomore year.
So, can I get the blue bag, please?
Please, have a seat here.
All right, sorry for being late.
No worries.
I just got back from coffee.
And your name, please?
I'm Matt.
Last name?
It's here.
Okay. we are recording today, just one class because we had a lot of students missing today. Just so that, but starting next time we won't be recording. So
Thank you.
yeah, and see if you have that because she was missing that, so I want to make sure you have that one.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're in Firethorn. I live pretty close by.
You do?
Yeah, I'm in East Pinehurst.
Actually,
Yeah.
we live on, I think, the second house down the road.
So I have a lot of students from that Firethorn trail. So,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, you're all good to go. We just started, okay, introduction. So I'm recording. So you want to watch the first 5 minutes when I send it to you guys, okay?
Yeah.
So you have my cell phone number. It's on the packet as well. So what I would like you to do is get your phones right now. Text me, okay? Text me your name and school, okay? And make sure from today onwards, you guys are in contact with me,
All
okay?
right.
Any questions, you just have to text me.
What did you want us to text you?
Just your name and school. Because I'll be sending the lecture, this video. Again, don't forward this to anybody, but in case if you want to re-watch it, okay? So Matt, what grade are you in?
I'm a junior now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what math class are you in right now?
Pre-calc and
Okay.
break.
Okay, Chloe, I got your number. So you should know my son,
What's his name?
Satish.
Yep, I'm in class with him. Yeah.
He's a freshman. My son is a freshman DB.
He is. Did he take a lot of math classes?
What's that?
Did he take a lot of math classes? Like double up?
Yeah, he did geometry and algebra 2 in 8th grade, so he's taking pre-calc now in 9th grade.
Did you get my text?
Not yet. I got Chloe only so far.
Yeah. Oh wait,
We did 9
it's
to 6.
9.
And again, just going forward, I just make sure you guys text me. Just that's how I'm gonna communicate with you guys as well. Okay. No formalities. Okay. Just keep
Do I just put my name?
name and school. Yeah.
Right.
And especially if you have any questions, definitely make sure you guys ask me. Okay. Have you taken ACT before? Okay. Are you three planning to take the PSAT in October
I think
for the national merit?
I may have taken that.
Yeah, you may have taken in 10th grade, but that doesn't count. It's only going to count when you're in 11th grade. Okay. Yeah, I'm not received yours yet.
I just sent it now. It's right over. Oh gosh, I put in the wrong number again.
What's that?
I put in the wrong number again. Oh my gosh.
All right. Okay. What else we need to talk about? As I said, we were planning to cancel this class because we didn't have enough enrollment. But you really guys need to thank the executive director. His name is Fitz Grant, who is making this happen. You know, it's amazing. 13 years we've been doing this. We used to get an average of 60 students.
60?
60. Yeah. Yeah. We started here in 2011 with 10 students. Then it went to all the way to 62. Now it's 4. So
Four.
yeah, we usually don't like to do. Yeah, I think I got you. There you go. Good. All right. Good. All right. So you have my number. So make sure you guys keep in touch with me. Okay. And Matt, I want you to watch the first 5-6 minutes of this video. I'm going to send that YouTube link to you guys. Okay. So once you guys register for the ACT for the October and the December, text me saying registered for the October and December test. So I want all communications from you guys. Okay. All my college students communicate with me like this. Everything through text message. And you can text me anytime. I'm always awake or working. Sounds good?
Yep.
Good. What are my expectations? Starting, may not be today, but starting next week, you got to have your graphing calculators. TI-84 is good enough. Okay.
You want me to go get mine? Mine's in my car.
Today is okay.
Alright.
We may do ACT science because I can't afford for people to miss the math portion of it. But make sure you guys do the starting next week. Okay. We won't be taking any break for 2 hours, but I usually leave 10 minutes early. My other instructors may take a 5 minutes break in the middle and they may go till 8 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah.
But one thing you guys have to remember that we don't record lectures. This is the first, probably the last. Okay. So don't miss, because you're going to miss a lot, especially the first, I think especially all of them actually too, honestly. You just can't afford to miss it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me about ACTs and colleges and stuff like that? Again, with 3 students, it's almost like a personal counseling.
Yeah.
So you don't get this opportunity. So is there anything, do you want to ask me? And then I can, let's say we had 6,000 students, so seen it all. So
I got nothing.
you got nothing? What's your target ACT scores?
Oh, mine's probably just like a 25.
And where do you want to go for college?
Just like maybe USC or SSU.
What major?
I'm not sure yet, but I want to like run track there, so.
Okay. What I would like to do, if I were to you, I would contact USD or SDSU and look for the cutoff scores for ACT. So what they do is for every certain score, there's an increase in your scholarships. So I had a student, his name was Jack, he's from East High. He had a 27 when he signed up with us, and he needed a 28. Why? Because it would go up by $10,000. He ended up getting a 31, got a $28,000 scholarship. So this is how it works, okay? This is how it works. So you should know your lines, okay? Scholarship, what we call as scholarship lines. Oh, okay, I want to get 25, but 26 will get me this. So, and I also want to ask you this question. You don't have to answer this. Who decided 25 for you? Is it you or somebody else?
Just myself, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, you should change that to 28. Okay? So our goal is whatever your best score is, we're going to add 2 points to it. So I would put you at 28, because 28 will give you a lot more scholarship than 25 is. Thousands and thousands more. Okay? How about you? What's your target score?
Probably a 25 or 28.
School? Which school do you want to go?
I want to go to the University of Iowa.
Okay, what major?
Something in the medical field, probably. Maybe
Okay.
biology, I don't really know.
I've had a lot of students go to Iowa. I think you should check their scholarship lines and
I think
cuts.
theirs is like 24 or 25.
Yeah, there's so many, and especially for pre-med, there's all the way to 33.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to check it out. And again, for me, I've been doing this for such a long time, and I always question students why they don't want to get a better score. And I have never had an answer. I can give my reasons, but it's just like you're putting money on the table, like you're leaving the money on the table. So I remember in 2021, United States, $8.7 billion of scholarship was not used because students did not make the cut. $8.7 billion, like B as in boy billion, so not $1 million. So you can imagine, right? So keep an eye on this. Even if you get a 30, okay, keep trying. I had a student from Sioux Falls. I actually have another student from Sioux Falls. He already has a 34. And they signed up for the class this semester with our program. Wants to get a 35 or a 36. But his scholarship is going to go from 34 to 35. You know how much it's going to go up? $60,000.
60?
Mm-hmm. So you're looking at ridiculous non-linear scholarships cuts basically. So again, if you want to end up taking student loans and paying, that's your choice. You're going to do it for a long time, and you're screwed at the time. Okay, I can tell you, I have a lot of my colleagues who are still paying their student loans at age 45, 50. They still are paying. What I tell them is do well now, because every dollar you're going to make in scholarship, you're going to save tenfold in paying student loans. So I cannot emphasize, as a college president, I really don't want you to do well actually in ACT so that you actually have to pay my fees.
Yeah.
That's how it is, right? It's a business. And I just, it worries me every time. That's why I always come here first and tell these things. As a college president, when we see students not having their scores and they pay the fees, it hurts me. And it's like, man, why didn't they try it one more time?
Yeah.
They have to pay. Yeah, I was just kidding when I said I'll be happy, don't get me wrong. But it hurts me actually. It was like, I had a student who would have stopped at 12 ACT. 12.
It's nothing
He could have gone to 16 and had a more scholarship than a 12. But he stopped in 11th grade. He could have kept trying and trying and trying. His classmate, he was from West High. He had 11 ACT. Ended up coming to this program. Got a 21, got a full ride to Wayne State. So same school, same class. One gets a full ride to Wayne State. One goes to Wayne State paying the full tuition. And at that time, you start noticing the difference. That's why I know you have not asked me that question. I'm volunteering that information because I know why this program is good, because we give you what you need to know. This is what you need to know. Otherwise, the rest is all fluff. Okay, good. Anything else you guys want to ask me about ACT? Anything, any thoughts, any?
What section do you think students struggle the most in? Like, is it math?
Math.
reading?
From EPJ, it's math. They've done well in English. They've done well in English. One of the biggest thing I still I think I've asked Christy about this. Why you guys take algebra 2 first and then take geometry? No school does it. You need geometry to do well in algebra 2. Not the other way around. So you can take it simultaneously. That's not, yeah. Especially if you're doing polynomials, graphing and stuff like that, right? You need to know geometry, how to graph and stuff like that. So I know Dakota Valley really well. So yeah, we had lots and lots of years. We used to teach at Dakota Valley ACT prep.
You did?
Yeah, first school we started was in 2010, where we had a contract with Dakota Valley. So we used to go on a Sunday and teach ACT prep. So, anything else? Any thoughts? Any questions? Do you know anybody who has taken this program?
You know Tyler Connelson?
Yeah.
Or Dylan Lucken?
Who?
Dylan Lucken?
All Luckens are my students.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically everybody then?
Dylan, Drew, they started with us in 6th grade.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Luckens they're all my students. Were my students. Yeah, good. Good. Okay, so the expectations are clear. Be here on time. We are gonna start at 6 o'clock. Don't miss classes. You're gonna miss a lot. Sounds good? And for other instructors, make sure you guys ask questions. And we're gonna be here because this is a small class. We're gonna be here. It's a very comfortable room, and we just keep going. Sounds good? All right. Today we're gonna start with ACT science. Okay. So let's get your notebooks. Let's go. Do you have a
In my car.
notebook?
In my car.
Go and get it. Tell Dylan you're taking class from the notes. I just wish more students from EPJ sign up for this program. I really wish.
I know a lot of the girls aren't doing it because they have like volleyball games like every Tuesday, so they wouldn't be able to make it. Like Paige Jacobs, she signed up for it, but I don't know how many things she'll be able to make.
Okay. Let me do this. Let me check with somebody, see if we can start recording all the classes. But they have registered by this Friday, okay? And I can make that happen. We can record all the lectures, okay? $85. You cannot get this.
Yeah.
I don't want you to miss it. So we have a very high Let's do this back. We taught at the EPJ once. Did you know that? Years back, only one time we've taught. In a corner classroom.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So, okay. So, today we're going to start with ACT Science, okay? And ACT Science is the last section. In ACT, okay? Looks like you guys have not taken ACT before, right? So, it's pretty long. You get tired. You're not used to it. But the last section can change your score significantly, okay? So, my advice to you is, before you take the full real test in October and or December, you have to have taken 3 full practice tests, okay? Otherwise, you'll be in for a complete shock because it's just your body and mind start to shut off after the break time. It's English, math, 15 minutes break, then reading, and then science. So this is where you start losing it after reading. Like, you'll be so tired. Sounds good? 3 full practice tests. Now, there is, just like reading actually, you have 35 minutes, 40 questions. Okay? So it's less than a minute per question. It's 52.5 seconds per question. So imagine it's going to go really, really, really fast. Okay? There you go. This is better. It's going to go really, really fast. So you have 6 passages. It used to be 7. So the books you have, we have given you the blue book, the big blue book. Okay? This just got changed a few years back, 3-4 years back. So many of the books still have 7, like the one you have, okay? So the 6 passages, 40 questions. Passages can have 5 questions, or 6 questions, or 7 questions, okay? So it depends. All right, so lots to talk about in ACT Science. So this is ACT Math, okay? There's question number 1 to 60 in Math. And this is the difficulty level. So if I do a graph of the difficulty level for ACT Math, you can see it's almost like a linear graph. Question number 60 is more difficult. Question number 1 is the easiest one. Of course, if it's going to be more like this, not exactly linear, but okay, you get the point. The first 20 are the easiest, the next 20 are the medium, and the next 20 are the difficult. So easy, medium, difficult. Okay? So we already know what happens in math. Unfortunately, you do not know that in science, because these 6 passages are asymmetrically distributed in difficulty level. Okay? So it's an asymmetrical distribution. So over the last 16 years, we have come up with different ways to handle it, called testing strategies. And we have cracked the code per se. We know exactly what we have to do. Here's what you have to do. So if I plot the signs from passage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we do the difficulty level, in one test, you may have the passage 1 very difficult, passage 2 very easy, 3 easy, 4 difficult, 5 easy, 6 difficult. Okay? In one test. The very next test, you may have a completely different situation where 1 is easy, 2 is really difficult, 3 is really difficult, 4, 5, 6 are easy. So asymmetrical, that's what I'm talking about. Asymmetrical in terms of difficulty levels. But every question has the same point value, whether you do the difficult one or the easy ones. Right? So your job is to maximize your points. So what have we done to break that? Okay? Here's what we have done. So when the test starts, in approximately 45 seconds, okay? So let's say I'm the supervisor, I say the test starts, you physically will be flipping the pages, scan all passages. Okay? This is a pretty big deal for you guys. This can change your entire score. All right? Scan all passages. So when you scan, what are you looking for? You're looking for a few things. First one, look for passages with more graphs, pictures. Okay? Look for those ones. Look for passages with less tables. Okay? Look for passages which has less reading. All right? And look for, usually it's only one passage where there is no graphs, no tables, and no pictures. Okay? Called conflicting viewpoints. Also called discussion passage. Okay? So you're going to look for these things. And our students are so damn good. They've done this so well. They know it exactly. And they're going to do this in 30 seconds. You lose focus, you're going to eat your time. You eat your time, your composite will tank. Your composite will tank. Your scholarships will tank. This can make or break your scholarship right here. So what am I trying to do after doing this scanning? After this, I'm going to select 2 passages. Only 2. Okay? So, how many passages we have total? 6. We're going to select 2. Literally, physically flipping the pages in a very short amount of time, looking only at the passage, not at the questions, because you don't have time for it. Looking for these criteria. More graphs, good for us. Less tables, good for us. Less reading, really good for us. And this one is a simple one. Okay? This has to be done last. So out of the 6, this one you do last. Called conflicting viewpoints or discussion passage, because this resembles a reading ACT, reading passage. And reading passages always take time. I'm not saying it's difficult. I'm saying it is going to take time. Time is your enemy. Time kills you. So if you try to do this first, you may do well in that passage, but you're going to suck in the other passages. So your job is to make sure you gather as many points as possible. You guys good so far? Any questions so far? Remember, I told you both, Matt was not here when more he asks, more fun it is for us as well. Okay? And so that we can share experience. Again, we have seen it all. There's nothing that really surprises me anymore. So, but if you want to get those things out of us, better is to initiate a question. Okay? So, let's talk a little bit about tables. Eventually, you will have to do passages with tables. And there are different types of tables. Okay? So there are different types of tables. There is a small table versus a larger table, like literally in terms of size. You want to pick small tables. All right? So size matters basically. Large tables can screw you. Okay? And there is other type of table, data table versus words or phrases. You want to pick data table. So if you have to do the tables, which you'll eventually have to, you're looking for this combination. Small data tables are better than large word, okay? 2 small tables is better than 1 large table, because large table can be convoluted way of giving information which will eat your time. Sounds good? So, our students have done extremely well in it. Last year in 2023, we had at least 3 students who have gone up by 9 points in science. 9 points. One went from a 27 to a 36. Perfect score. The good things they have done is they have practiced those strategies, and they have done the same thing again and again and again. Good? Okay. So let me repeat. When the time starts, 45 seconds, and it is simple. In the testing center, you'll see people flip these pages. They're all our students. That's a simple way to know it's New Horizon students. Just wait for science. They all have been trained that way. You look for graphs, tables, reading, and this one is last. And how many you select? Only 2. Okay? Let's say you select 1 and 6. So 1 and 6 is not the same as 6 and 1, because you always want to start at the easiest passage first. So people, that's something I'm stressing a lot lately. My students are like 1 and 6 and 6 and 1, Manoj, they're pretty close. Not enough for me. 1 and 6 means 1 and 6. And in the real test, there's nobody else to compare with, right? It's you, just you. So you have to have practiced enough to make the judgment that your judgment is correct. And there's no right, wrong answer, by the way. It's your best judgment. And hopefully that coincides with others as well. Okay? So you select 2 passages, so let's say 1 and 6. Then you actually work on the questions, finish those 2 passages. Then how many are left with? 4. Then you do the same thing and select the next 2 again. So your strategy is 2, 2, 2. This is what we call science strategy. So don't go to the next 2 till you finish with the 2. So I had a student ask me this question, only maybe once, this was asked. Why are we only doing 2? Why not we do all 6 to begin with? Here's the reason. Remember, we are deciding this just with a blink of an eye of 45 seconds, right? Sometimes you may have selected a passage which might look easy. When you get to the questions, turns out to be really hard, okay? And you may have to change at the time, okay? So you will get that luxury of doing only 2 at a time. Make sense? Okay. Now, why not just do 1 then? You're eating too much time then to review it. That's why we have found out 2, 2, 2 is better than 1, 1, 1, 1, and so forth. Sounds good? And when you are selecting the passage, do not look at the questions. I repeat, when you're selecting the passage, you're not looking at the questions because you have no freaking clue what the questions are. You with me? You're making a photographical analysis here. And our photographical analysis has shown 99% of the time we are pretty good. 99% of that the size of the passage coincides with the difficulty level. I remember 1, it was not true. Only 1 so far I remember. Sounds good? So it is very, very important to practice this way so that in the real test there's no surprises. Sounds good? So you say you're in track and field, right? So I hope when you go for competition, you're so prepared because that's what you've been doing in the practice, right? No surprises. You wear the same shoes, you know. There should be absolutely no surprises. You know, I like what Kobe Bryant said. You win games in the practice, you just receive the award in the real games. You know, that's what we believe here as well. All right, you win here, this room. There you just get a good score and a printout. And this is where the real practice happens. Any questions? Any thoughts? What are you thinking? And we usually don't ask these questions with the 60 students. With 3 I can, so.
Is this just a science section?
Just the science. This is just selection of the passage. We have not even started at question number 1, right? This is why we offer this program for 15 weeks. Because.
What's conflicting viewpoints?
So, you get a passage where a scientist, 3 scientists will be talking about, so for example, let's say they're talking about this. Scientist 1 says, this is not plastic, this is some sort of a different material. Another scientist says, this is plastic. So they're trying to fight with each other on the same topic. Conflicting viewpoints. And now, you have to think like those scientists, not like you. And you have to read it because there's no pictures, right? Pictures are worth 1,000 words. You have nothing there. So you have to physically read it. Sound good? Good. Let's practice this, okay? Open this book, page 808. Remember, I'm okay when you screw up. I'm actually expecting you to screw up. What I'm not okay is you don't ask questions for that, okay? So. It's like a haunted house here. 808. Okay, so remember I told you this book has 7 passages, not 6. So be aware of that one. So here's what's going to happen. Today is the first time, so I'm going to give more than 45 seconds. Okay, I'm going to double that. Okay, so I'm going to give you 1.5 minutes. Your job is to flip the pages. Okay, and then decide what are the first 2 passages. Only 2 you're going to do. Okay, so take your time. There are plenty of time. Use common sense.
So what's this right here?
Yeah, those are the
Part of
passages.
the question?
No, that's the passage. Questions are numbered.
Oh.
Okay, when you have to look at this information, remember graphs are good for us. More graphs, the best. Less tables, the best. Less reading, the best. This is not a good one. That's why you do last. All right? All right. You have 1.5 minutes. Your time starts now.
So do we just disregard the 7th passage?
No, you have to include
Oh,
that.
okay.
Mhm. Time's up. So that's again, we're only 3, so I want to hear from you guys, okay? There's no right or wrong answer. What have we selected?
I selected 4 and 5.
I did 3 and 4.
I did 3 and 5.
Okay, let's see. What did you select?
4 and 5.
Okay. What did you select?
3 and 4.
And what did you select?
3 and 5.
I selected 5 and 7. So let's take a look at it. Maybe I'm wrong. Take a look. 5 and 7. And I'll give my reasons and I want to hear from you. Remember, you have the advantage with only 3 students. Otherwise, historically, we wouldn't have time to actually discuss this, your own choice. So can you tell me why I selected 5, 7 to begin with?
Because it has a diagram and then it has like labels for 5.
5, and look at the reading material.
Yeah,
It's very
small.
less.
Yeah.
Okay? And remember, you selected 3 and 4, right?
Yeah.
So look at the 3 and 4 has tables.
Yeah.
It's a one table, a lot of reading. 4 has shitload of tables.
Yeah, I was like that one.
That's what I'm saying. I know you guys, you are gonna make mistakes. This is the place to make mistakes, not in the real test. So this is exactly what I was talking about. Very few select 5 and 7, by the way. Okay?
I was thinking about 7, but I didn't pick it.
It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna learn. By the time you walk out today at 8 o'clock, you guys will know exactly what you're doing. I'm gonna make sure of that. Okay? So look at 7. Little bit more reading, but there's this picture. Remember I said graphs and pictures are good for us. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So you had what you had selected 5 and 3?
4 and 5.
4 and 5. 4 is pretty bad because it has 3 tables and words. So more tables, more problems. More graphs, good for you. Okay, what I would like you to do, just we are practicing this, right? At the top on this page, write down 5, 7 on the first page of the passage, so that we all are consistent. Okay? You'll get with the program very, very fast here. Your learning curve is non-linear. You're gonna exponentially learn this. You guys with 5, 7? So assuming that we all selected 5, 7, your job, of course, you're gonna do the questions and select the next 2, right? Of course, I'm not gonna give you guys this much time now because you've only left with 5 and you've already reviewed the thing. I'm gonna give you guys 45 seconds this time as a practice to select the next 2. Go. 5 and 7 is already selected. Thumbs up. What have you selected?
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
So I told you, within a very short amount of time, your learning curve will be better. Now you can see almost 100% at matching. Go ahead and write. Oh, let me check. I want to make sure you guys. Two and 3.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Go ahead and write down 5, 7, 2, 3. In the real test, you'll be left with 2. Now you're left with 3. Okay? Go ahead and decide the next 3. What's the order of the last 3? And you're left with 1, 4, and 6.
So the
Next 3 now, because we just.
in order?
What order would you do the last 3?
Oh, okay.
What do you guys got?
6, 4, 1.
1, 6, 4.
Remember, 1. Look at 1.
It's conflicting.
You want to do last? Yeah, are there any graphs? Are there any pictures on passage number 1, Matt?
No.
Boom. That's the one I'm talking about. So imagine if this ACT test was your test and you did not know your strategies, you would have started with this. You would have been screwed here, right here. Because you would have taken your time and you would have done it. And you would have got maybe all 6 questions correct. That's not the problem. Question is, how much time did it take? And that disruption will eventually snowball into a much bigger issue. And we have done a test actually for this test where we actually selected 20 students. 10 did this, okay, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the other students did the one we did, 5, 7, whatever it is. There was a difference of 4 points in science. And so students were like, "Oh, it's not too bad." For one, that comes out to 1 composite point is $10,000 in scholarship. So when you start putting it in monies, then you really will start seeing the impact of it.
So that's another reason why you should take the paper one and not the online one.
That's what I would recommend. If you ever have a chance, do the paper-based. Again, that's my advice. So you guys pick and choose. Again, I have 6,000 students who have done that. So, all right, write down 5, 7, 2, 3. What did we decide?
6, 4, 1.
6, 4, 1.
I did 4, 6, 1.
Yeah, I want to know that. 4. I would do 6, 4, 1. 6 is data. 4 is words. This matters, guys. This matters. Students who are so the difference between a great student and a good student is a great student is going to be critical of everything. Good students are going to be okay with it. And you should not be. If you want a good score, you should be very critical in your analysis. And remember, it's 6:58 when we have already done this first test. In a typical class with 60 students or 50 students, we usually do this at 7:45 because people will be asking questions, everything. So I believe with you guys, we'll be finishing more than what we have planned. So that's our advantage with small class. Go to page 723. 723.
So we have 45 minutes to do 6 passages.
Yep.
It's not hard.
It's gonna go in a blink of an eye.
Said 7:23.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, the first practice was just practice. Now, let's get real. You'll have 45 seconds to decide the first 2. Okay? And you'll have to start at 45 seconds. Your time starts now. Time's up. You go first today. It's good to be wrong here. What's that? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
4 and 6.
4 and 6.
4 and 5.
2 and 5.
I would do 5, 6.
I said 5 and 6 and then I switched my answer.
Is it? There's no right answer. It's okay. This is not school, okay? This is a college. This is exactly how colleges work. Nobody cares about right or wrong answers. It's all about thinking. And I'll give my reasons. 5 has graphs, hardly anything to read. 4, not a whole lot of reading, but there are 2 tables.
Yeah.
And you selected 2, right? Look at 2. 2 big tables, a lot of reading, and there's a, yeah. As I said, self-analysis is crucial when you select these 2. Students do a formality and like, oh, okay, we'll do it, next time we'll improve. No, you got to be critical. So you had 25, right? I remember your prediction, you want 25. Without having any strategies, you want to get to 25. With strategies, you should be getting at 28. And that's what I'm trying to do. And you have to be desperate for that. And you'll be surprised you make it a 30. But you gotta be desperate. You gotta be desperate. You want it. You should want it. Then everything is possible. Okay? Alright, so we're gonna write down 5, 6. Just to be consistent, okay? Again, write down the front page here. On page 723, 5, 6. You guys good? Okay. And you can question me too. Some of the best students have always questioned, like Manoj tell me. We are not, some have even say, I don't think so, you're right, Manoj. I like that. There's no right, wrong answer. It's about being creative, being continuously thinking about it, okay? It's not about just me saying it's correct or wrong. All right, now you'll have 30 seconds to decide the next 2. Go. Time's up. Tell me.
2 and 4.
2 and 4.
3 and
6 and 4.
I wouldn't do 2. 4 is good. What did you say?
4 and 6.
6 is already decided. We already had 5, 6.
Oh. 2 and 4.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Would you do 2, 4 or 4, 2?
4 2.
Yeah, 4 2.
Okay. How about 7?
Is 3 not a good one?
What's that?
Is 3 not a good one?
I'm debating between, I'm going with 4, 7. Look at 7. Yeah, a little bit more reading. Small table with numbers, right, and a graph. Compared to 4 has tables, 2 tables. 3 has a lot bigger tables, right? Size matters. And 2 for sure I wouldn't. Okay, because 2 has more reading, 2 tables, and a picture on the back page. Okay, so I think it's not being right or wrong. Okay, there's no right or wrong answer here. It's about what's the best chance to get as many points as possible. That's what I'm talking about. You got to think that way. Okay, remember, do you know a difference between an ACT 30 in science and a 28? How many questions? Average 3 questions. So you get 3 more correct, you get a 30. You get 3 wrong, you get a 28. So it's not much. That's what we're fighting for. All right. So let's do 5, 6, 4, 7. Again, just for our understanding. All right. Now we're left with 1, 2, and 3, which supposed to be the first ones you would have done in the real test, right? Now, in our case, you're doing those at the last. So which ones you gonna do? What do you guys think?
Maybe 2, 3, 1.
I would do 2, 3, 1. Making sense? This is the how critical you have to be. And you have to finish this entire book doing this, and you'll be like, okay, I know exactly what I'm doing. That's all it is. The next part is getting the questions right. That's the next story. But getting the first step is important. All right, let's keep going for more practice. Open page number 635. 635. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Now, excuse me. I'm gonna give you guys 35 seconds. Okay. My goal is to get to 25 seconds eventually. Okay? It takes time. I'm gonna hold this so you can have an idea. Your time starts now. Time's up. Tell me.
7 and 3.
Okay.
3 and 5.
And 7.
Huh?
1 and 7.
Okay. Somebody has to be perfect this time. Somebody has to be. Three has to be the first one. No chance about it. I'm pretty close between 3-7 and 3-1. What did you select?
I said 5. Is it too much reading?
It's like a novel.
Oh wait, never mind. I didn't even. Never mind. I'm so
You
wrong.
didn't, yeah.
I didn't even see
the
that.
next. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right. I was like, okay, I get that. Okay, let's decide between 3-7 and 3-1. Let's discuss. What do you guys think? I'm kind of 50-50 on this.
7. I think it'd be 1, wouldn't it?
I said I'm pretty. So
Well, for sure 3 is first.
3 is out. Yeah, obviously first. That's the reason between 7 and 1 is 7 has less reading. one has a little bit more reading. 7 has a table with data.
I
But-
definitely go 3 and 7.
What's that?
3 and 7.
3 and 7? Okay. It's pretty close, right? Pretty close. Which is a good thing for us because the next two will be easy. 3, 7. What do you think? Let's pick. Let's decide.
7.
7?
And then it would be 1 after that one.
What do you think? And again, the fun starts when you say, okay, I don't agree. That's where we start discussing. So you don't have to agree. In the real test, what would you have done?
3 and 7.
Okay.
I would have done 3 and 7.
Okay, let's write 3, 7. Okay, now we can discuss. So the next one will be 1. So let's write down 3, 7, 1. What's the next? What's the next one?
6.
Yeah, I would go with 6.
6, yeah.
Good. See, slowly you're already getting there, okay? So 3, 7, 1, 6. Let's go, next 3. We know which one is the last, right?
5.
No.
2. 2 is
No.
Nope.
4.
5 is the last though?
4 is the last. Look at 4.
Oh yeah, I think it's accepted.
2.
Look at this. It clearly says here scientist 1 and scientist 2. So 3, 7.
1, 6.
Okay, I forgot now. 3, 7,
1, 6.
1, 6. And the last one is
4.
4. So you're left with 2 and 5, right?
Yeah.
2, 5, 4.
Very good. So you said 2, 5.
There's 5.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I would say 2, 5.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of tough one. Yeah, both are horrible. So. All right, good. This is what you have to do as drills. This is just to select the passage. We have not even started the test yet. But you get this right, your chance of increasing by 4 points is already there. 4 points. Do you want a break, or should we continue?
I'm good.
Stretch break, restroom break. Good, let's continue. All right, now we have to start dealing with how to answer the questions, right? Okay, listen up now. So, when we talk about passages, there's an asymmetrical distribution, right? But within a passage, of a science passage, there is some sort of degree of symmetry, okay? Just like math is. So if I plot a graph of the difficulty level versus passage questions, typically it's more like this. So more like straight line. First question tends to be the easiest, last question tends to be difficult. I want to make sure you understand this is not always the case. I've seen some exceptions where one usually still is easy, but the second shoots up and it stays like this and like this. I've seen this type of rarity that can happen in this. But again, the best fit line is a simple positive slope line like this, where question number 1 is the easiest one. What that means is, which is something you guys need to know, which is very important, many people don't know this. You make a mistake on any simple question in ACT, whether it's math, science, or whatever it is, ACT does what's called a normalization process. What's a normalization process? See, I've never taught normalization here because I usually don't get time. We have time this time, okay? So normalization is balancing of your difficulty level, okay? So let's say the question number 1 is easy, okay? So, question number 1, and you make a mistake, you're gonna have a negative point for it. That means not only you lose that 1 point, you lose a little bit more called fudge factors. Okay? You lose a little bit more for an easy question. But let's say question number 2 is very difficult, let's say, okay? And you get it correct, you may actually get higher points for that. So this is called normalization. That's why ACT say that doesn't matter what ACT test you take, you should get the same score because we normalize every question like this. I don't agree to that one because I've seen that. So what you don't want to do is to make a mistake on the easy one. What you need is you want to get it correct on the difficult one. You with me on this? So normalization happens for all 215 questions in ACT. Many of them will be baseline at 0 level, so it won't hurt you or help you. Okay? But there will be like this where, like for example, in ACT math, let's say they ask you, what is the slope of this straight line with 2 coordinate points, and you make a mistake. Yeah, you're gonna be penalized heavily on that one. Sounds good? So in ACT math, this section, will it have positive factors or negative fetch factors here? For this one?
Negative.
Negative. And this one will be?
Positive.
Here we go. So this tends to have the most positive fetch factor. Not linear, of course, not every time. So it's distributed, okay? But 60 tends to be the most difficult. But in ACT science, every passage has this distribution. You with me on this? So within the passage, there is some degree of symmetrical analysis can be done on difficulty level, but not the passage itself. You with me on this? Not the passage itself. Questions? Any thoughts, any doubts? Is this helping you picturize what's happening in the real test?
Yeah.
Good. Next. When they say in the question, according to figure 1, okay? The answer is in figure 1. Do not go anywhere else. You with me on this? So let's say there's a figure here, let's say there's a graph here, okay? You may want to read a little bit more if you want, or a little bit below. This is okay, but not more than this. That's why more graphs, better it is, because it will tell you where to look for answers. Now you understand the logic how we created this. And stay there. Don't go for anywhere else. The minute you go anywhere else, you're screwed. Because you're going to be distracted with some things that is nothing to do with this question. Good? Next. In science, there is 4 multiple choice. Math has 5. Okay? So there will be some questions where the answer choice will have like this. We'll have 4 multiple choice with yes, no options, okay? And there will be reason in front of it, okay? Your job, when you go to those type of questions, which you're going to come across, by the way, decide yes or no without reading the reason. Okay? Let's say you go with no. Then read the reasons. I repeat. When you have a question with this 4 multiple choice of yes or no, you look at the yes and no first, independent of the reasons in front of it.
So you pick one? You pick yes or you pick no?
Yeah, and then read the answers. Some of my students literally hold like this. They just literally hold like this because they don't want to be distracted, because that's how they're practiced. Make sense? Next. This is a ACT science reasoning test. This is an SRT, science reasoning test. What's the difference? If you go to your, are you taking any science classes right now? Chemistry or biology? Chemistry. So in the test, they'll ask you, what's the product of this reaction, right? I used to be a chemistry faculty member, by the way. So I used to, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to give you a reaction, okay, an acid-based reaction. I'm going to ask, what are the products, right? That's not the case here. They will give you the information. You have to reason this out, okay? Called science reasoning test. So that means you don't have to have any prior knowledge. So, prior knowledge not required. If you have some, it's going to only help you, by the way. So there are questions that are popping up in ACT that require some prior knowledge. I remember there was a question this year on homeostasis. And many people, you know, it's a vast knowledge, right? You may not know it. So ACT have tried to kind of work it out. But they expect you to know photosynthesis, by the way. So they expect some basic science, but prior knowledge is not required. Sounds good? Good. I always have 2 words for success in ACT science, 2 words. Focus and patience. Sorry. Focus and practice. These are the 2 key words I always tell students for ACT science. Practice before the test, focus during the test. 35 minutes is gonna zip by. I had a student from Elk Point in your school, okay? Oh, sorry, she was from Vermilion, named Maggie, I still remember that. She took our program and she had come to our review class, the one I'm talking about, December 7th. So she had come to the April one. We do one in December, one in April. Years back, she has already graduated from bachelor's degree, went to Missouri, actually, University of Missouri. When she showed up, she was wearing her prom dress. I still remember that. I can't forget that day. And so I was like, Maggie, what the hell is going? Why, Manoj, I have prom today. I said, okay. See, all my friends are missing your ACT review. I can't afford to miss it, but I had to go directly from here to the prom. And I told her one thing. I'm glad. I like the dedication. She ended up actually getting a 30 in ACT. But I want you to remember in the real test, don't think about anything else during the test. Stay focused. So the point I'm trying to bring here is, if you're thinking about anything else during the real test, especially science, good luck. 35 minutes is going to be gone. Then you wonder what the hell happened. You practice like that. Sounds good? Just like your track and field, right? You practice the exact same thing. There's no exceptions. You want to perform at the highest level, you do the same thing again and again and again. No exceptions. If you fail in practice, you're going to fail in the real test. And this is the 1-2 words I'm going to tell you. Some of my best students, and one of your students went to Harvard. Andrew took 5 practice tests. He had a 28 when he joined with us, and he got a 35. 5 full practice tests. And I told him one thing, what you do in practice is what you're going to get in real test. Simple. There's no magical different until there's an exceptional thing that can happen. Sounds good? Okay, good. Any questions so far? I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes time to soak up this whiteboard. Just go through everything one more time before I erase this, okay? And ask questions, make it fun, okay? Even I'm going to get bored otherwise, okay? Same with the Aubrey and others as well.
So are we gonna do these questions?
Which one?
Like, are we gonna practice some of these, or?
Today, yeah.
Yeah, alright.
And a lot more. You gotta listen to the first 5 minutes, by the way. Oh,
Alright.
okay.
Can I take a picture of that?
Yeah, well, please. It's all yours. I have 5,000 pictures of whiteboard. So, again, if I were to you, this is what I would do. Keep these things with you.
Is there a bathroom in here?
Yeah, straight down the hallway. And the only thing I'm going to ask you guys is, people who are watching this video as well, you can't share this without permission. Not your parents, not to anybody, without my permission, okay?
Alright.
That's the only requirement. Yeah, take your time. one of my students had posted on YouTube. They're like, don't do that. No, we are very casual students, so. Is this helping you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What
think
I've
like
never had any
some of
idea.
the seniors or who are now seniors, like they didn't go through, like they didn't take this program last year, and because they just like didn't care about it, and they only got like 21s and like to like 25s.
That's their life, their monies.
Yeah, because they didn't go through it like having an idea of like
What it takes.
what to start and like how to do that.
And my son, he's in 9th grade in DB. He's already in pre-cal. He took his first ACT, real ACT, last December in 8th grade, and he got a 30.
Jeez, better than I'm ever gonna get.
No, he worked his ass off.
Yeah.
He's been taking this class since 5th grade,
Oh my goodness.
and he's still taking now. So this is 7th time taking this ACT prep.
Good for
How
him.
many
Yeah.
times has he taken the ACT?
One time, real ACT only one time, but practice test 10 times.
How many more times is he gonna take it?
Hopefully 2 more times.
Is he gonna take it in October?
December. But he works hard,
Yeah.
He works really hard. He's actually he's just finished his soccer game at Sioux Falls. He plays for Dakota Valley Soccer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Did he win?
their team sucks. Yeah, I can't even talk to him about soccer. I used to play soccer for school in India. So,
We don't even have a soccer team, so.
yeah. No, again, I could have canceled this program, with 4 students. We hardly make money with 4 students, but we don't want to set the trend, because if you guys do well and if you guys get a good scholarship, and someday you'll remember us for good reasons. So, and as I said, I'm a college president. I try, work all the time, and I missed out my workout today, and I hate to miss my workout, but because we didn't even know about this till yesterday night. If you had called me today morning, I would definitely have had to cancel. And I was like, he's like, no, let's not do this. These kids need this. I said, I'll make it happen. So I came home, as a late night actually, I prepped. And I've done this thousands of times, but every time, every student is important to me. So you put in the work, you'll have one hell of an experience, let me tell you that. I can guarantee this. And I'll do whatever it takes for you guys to go to that next level. Not your level, next level. Because I won't be satisfied otherwise. What's the point of doing just a normal job? Anybody can do that. You have to do exceptional work. You guys good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, tell every friend, we have recorded this, so they have not missed anything. But starting next Tuesday, if they don't come, then there's nothing. I'm going to record it. I'm going to make sure, especially with Paige, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want her to miss, but I'll see what I can do. Okay.
Okay.
But it'll be nice to be here, right? Have this interaction. So, all right. Let's go back all the way to page 808. Now we're going to get to the real questions, by the way. Okay. Now we are actually going to do the passage. So we had selected passage 5. Am I right?
Yes.
Right?
What did you?
Let's go to passage 5. Now remember one thing. In the real test, your body language tells me everything. I have seen students in our practice test on December 7th. If you guys sign up, you'll see the difference. We have students from 23 different states in our program right now. We have students from Boston, Ohio, California, Texas. So we have students from all over. And you'll see the intensity of their preparation. Like, it'll be pin drop silence, because everybody knows how important it is. That's why I really want you to experience that, okay? Which you may not have seen at school. School, you already know each other, right? You know what you're getting. There's no element of unknown. You have to come to that December 7th program and you'll see it. It's just an amazing experience. Okay. All right. So there are 5 questions in passage 5. I'm not timing today, by the way. It's too early to time. One thing I'm going to tell you before we get started. This is very important. So, and even if you're listening on the video, listen to this. Make sure you don't read the passage. So I repeat, when you get to this one, go to the question. Don't read the passage. And that's how you practice in the real test, by the way. You should do that. And when you have to go to the passage to find information, try to scan it or read a little bit faster than usual. Many a times, you can actually answer a question without actually knowing what the passage is at. Because that's how it's structured, because they know this 35 minutes is less. Sounds good?
Yep.
23 to 27, go. Get started. Keep it simple, don't overthink, use common sense.
Do I just circle the answer or what?
Yeah, you have to answer all 5 questions,
Alright.
and we'll discuss later.
So if it tells me to read the passage, do I read the passage?
It's your call now. The test has started. Don't get stuck up on one question. Keep moving if you get stuck on one question.
Are we finishing this whole 7 passages?
No, this passage.
Oh. Okay.
You guys good? Okay. I'm gonna read the answers, okay? 23 to 27. Ready? Okay. BFB HC. How many correct?
All of them.
Good.
All but 2.
2.
0. Wait, what is it? BF.
BFB HC. Okay. What I would like you to do is, if you have made a mistake, I want you to take a look at it, review it, and if you still don't get it, ask me the question.
What's symbiotic mean?
Where is that? Which question?
Well, it's just in the 3rd paragraph.
I think that there is symbiotic and asymbiotic relationship. Symbiotic is a good relationship, cordial relationship. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I assumed.
Yeah, I've not done biology for a long time, but again, I'm able to read that and make the conclusions as well. I have a few things to talk about this passage. First, look at question number 23 and 27. It says, as shown in figure 1 or according to figure 1, right? Those are the easiest ones because they're almost telling you where the answer is. Next, question number 24, it says, according to the information in the passage, those are the ones that is usually the most difficult and where you gotta think like an author, not how you read it, what the author is intending. And this is where this passage, this is the question where it goes up here. So you can see passage 1, question number 1 was easy, 2 was a lot difficult because you're expecting to know the entire passage. Okay? And 27 was easy. So this was an exception to this rule here, this basically. Okay? But question number 1 is usually very easy. Okay? Very rarely I've seen one big hard. Okay? Look at question number 25. Which of the following statements about the sea anemone is supported by the passage? The sea anemone most resembles. This is where that, but look at the line number 1 of the passage, the top. It says sea anemones look like plants. So they usually give some indication, but, and of course I can look at the picture and it looks like a flower and stuff like that. You can kind of, but I would not just look and decide until there's some sort of indications they have given. So, another thing I want to talk to you guys. When I do the passage, and I'm not expecting you to do as much, when I read the question and I get the answer, I move on. But if I have to read or scan the passage, I underline keywords all through, indicating the things that pop up. Sounds good? This requires patience. This requires focus. You with me on this? And this is going to help you save a lot of headaches because these key terms can stick out and those are the ones that will show up in the questions. Now, any questions for me? Again, this is the first time I understand you guys may be rusty, it's a degree of unknown. It's okay with me. What is important is how bad you want to learn from your mistakes. Okay. All right, let's go to passage 7. Now I'm going to time you guys. I'm just going to keep the timer on, and once you're done, just raise your hands. I'm just going to show you how much time you took. You with me on this? So there's no competition here. This is an absolute thing. Your time starts now. Don't get hung up on one question. Keep moving. Okay, so you guys know how much time you took for 7 questions. The average is based on 52.5 seconds, 6.125 minutes. Okay, so remember the first 3 passages out of the 6. You want to be below that 52.5 seconds because the last 3 are going to be difficult. Of course, this is the first time you're doing it. You know, you guys. Again, that's why I'm just giving you an idea. This is okay with me right now. Okay, but if you practice, you will. Your brain starts to have that muscle memory where you know what to look for. Sounds good? I'm gonna read out the answers. 34 to 40. HAJ. AGD. And 40 is G. Take a look. How many guys got correct? About 7. What's that?
All of them?
You all got all correct?
No.
I got 4 correct.
4 correct.
I got 3.
Okay.
I got 3.
Okay. Go ahead and work on the mistakes and see where the mistakes happen and see if you still don't get it. Lauren, just FYI, tell Paige she needs to text me her number so I can send you the video and the picture, the whiteboard picture, and tell her just when she watches this video, just watch as though she was in the class, okay? So that she has to get caught up right now before this next class. So just convey this message to her, okay? Sounds good?
She has most of my classes.
Oh.
I mean, so I can tell her too.
Please do. And this is gonna take me at least a couple hours to upload on YouTube, and I'll send it to. Do you want this video or you don't need it, or are you guys good?
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Okay, decide if you want it. I'll send it to you guys. Okay, just text me if you want it. Okay, but what I would definitely tell Paige is not to forward this to anybody. It's just for her. Okay, but for others who end up registering, we are accepting late registrations. They need to contact Fitz or somebody from Sanford, fill this up, and they would have not missed anything. But after next Tuesday, if they miss 2 in a row, it will be too much. Okay, even though we are planning to record it. Okay. All right, take a look at it, the mistakes you have done, and see if you still have any questions.
$38 kind of confused me a little bit.
A small inland lake fed by a fast-moving river was found to have very little thermal stratification. Based on the passage, this is most likely because, so when you have fast-moving water, will it mix the water? Right?
Yeah.
So when it mixes, what will happen? So there won't be any stratification. Stratification is having layers, right? So not enough water was flowing, the inflow of water was high, the lake was too shallow to support stratification, too much water was flowing out of the lake into the river.
I picked J for that one.
I guess, and I put H.
Okay. Let's see if they have addressed this question here. All right, so it does say the last passage line, lakes with a lot of water flowing into and out of them do not develop consistent and lasting thermal stratification. So if you have too much water, G.
Oh,
See that?
yeah.
All right. What is your initial impression of the class then? So today just first class. What do you think? Too hard, too easy, will help you, will not help you.
It'll help.
You guys gonna put in effort in though, right?
Yeah.
You guys have to be in touch with me, okay? You're my students. Doesn't matter what happens in future, you gotta contact me, okay? You'll have homework, okay? And I expect you to do the homework, okay? Will I ask every time? No. This is a college, right? This is a college type of class. We give the homework. If you do it, great. If not, it's on you. Go ahead and get the ACT 36 book. That book. Yeah. Open the table of contents. I've changed a little plan here, by the way. Go to page, chapter number 8, please. Tell me what 8 stands for.
Elementary algebra.
What's that?
Elementary algebra.
Good. You're gonna do 8, 9, 10. Okay? This book is ACT 36. It has a very good reason why it's called ACT 36. It's a really, really good book. Chapters 8, 9, 10. The homework initially I had planned was science, which is chapters 16 to 24. But I'm going to skip that right now. Okay? I think with such a small class, we had an in-detail study. I don't think so you need to spend too much time on that thing. Next, we'll be focusing on math. Okay? Next week, most likely it will be Aubrey who's going to do ACT math. Again, we're going to be covering a lot of material. Okay? Ask questions. We're going to do. So science, this is how I teach. I sit and teach. Math, we have 5, 6 whiteboards of information. Sounds good? It's great seeing you guys. Welcome to the Sanford ACT Prep by New Horizon. Okay? And I'd love to be in touch with you guys. And if there's anything I can do, I'll make sure you guys get that. Okay? Take care. And talk to Paige, and I'll be waiting for a text message. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.